Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gashi's Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. If you keenly watch the Kenyan politics, especially on the side of the opposition, you agree with me that the opposition is likely to unite either between Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka or Fred Okengo Matiang'i, or they are likely to form an alliance. DAP will be there, of Eugene Wamalwa, Wiper will be there, Jubilee will be there, but I want us to focus on the position of the president. Here, I want to show you why Kalonzo is the weak link here as far as taking William Samoei Ruto's home is concerned in 2027. So if you're joining this channel for the first time and you've not subscribed to this channel, take that moment and hit the red button. You can also join, by the way, and become a member of this channel. You can also like. It is free to like. You can even subscribe is free. You can also hit the thanks button and you see what is there. So ladies and gentlemen, the candidature of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is likely to be a headache to the opposition, unlike that of Matiang'i. In fact, if I were asked, I would say Matiang'i be given the position of the president and Kalonzo to be his deputy. But I know that if Kalonzo is the president and Matiang'i is the running mate, we are likely to see some problems here. Because number one, what I know is that to Kalonzo Musyoka, contesting for the presidency is a matter of life and death. There is nothing that can make Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka not to be on the ballot as long as he is alive. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka cannot give way to Fred Okengo Matiang'i. He cannot accept. In fact, I think he would prefer Ruto to win than to give way to somebody else. And this is a huge disadvantage to the opposition, because the opposition is going to have a weak presidential candidate. With all due respect to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, in fact, I won't have any problem if he becomes the president. But, you know, we have to tell things as they are. Number two, in my view, is that when you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka as a presidential candidate, the effect of the turnout is that we are likely to have very poor turnouts. You know, Kalonzo presidency would not actually excite many people. Unlike somebody like Okiya Mtata, unlike somebody like Natebea, unlike somebody like Fred Okengo Matiang'i, because Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is for the status quo when you look at him, is the old order. And people like to be associated with something that is new. So the turnout to be very, very much affected. And this one can only work to William Samoei Ruto's advantage. And is going to disadvantage the opposition. So chances of William Samoei Ruto becoming the president the second term, when Kalonzo is there, are higher than when you have a different candidate, is the opposition candidate. Number three, in my view, if you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka lacks something. What do you think he lacks? He lacks that fire from the belly that should be burning. You know, as a politician, when you look at somebody like Babu Owino breathes fire. Babu Owino has fire that burns from his belly. Raila Amolo Odinga the same. William Samoei Ruto the same. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta the same. But when you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka passes in Kiambu town, and I've seen it, many people will not bother much with him. But if somebody like Babu Owino comes to Kiambu, Actually, everybody will know that Babu Wino was in Kiambu, and the business is likely to come to a standstill. The same case applies to Raila Amolo Odinga. So this is something that is very, very important when it comes to a presidential candidate. Because you see, if somebody does not have that fire, how is it going to attract huge crowds? Because I've been looking at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's crowd, and the crowd, to realize that people who attend Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka are not as many as those who attend Raila's meeting, Ruto's meeting, Uhuru's meeting, because he lacks that, the thing that I'm calling the fire. Then there is also the financial might of William Samuel Ruto. Do you think Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can withstand the financial might of William Samuel Ruto? I'm very sure that many people would be willing to support and sponsor a different candidate like Matiang'i if he is the president than than Kalonzo. I'm sure that many businessmen can rally behind a different candidate who is, in this case, like Natabea or like those leaders I'm referring to, than Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But because William Samoei Ruto has accumulated a lot of wealth and his well-oiled campaign machine, it will be a headache for the opposition if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is the candidate. You have a problem when it comes to attracting and funding. The other problem of Kalonzo candidature is the Gen Z. The Gen Z may not even vote. They may decide to remain at home. You know, Gen Z are for the new order. Gen Z are for Okia Mtata or Matiang'i. In fact, when the demonstration started in June, they identified two leaders. Matiang'i, in fact, they started saying they want Matiang'i, but Matiang'i was not around. He was nowhere to be seen. That is why they went to Okia Mtata. So this kind of people, the youth, may actually not be attracted by Kalonzo. If you look at the number of youth who are actually in Wiper, they are not as many as one would expect. Unless Kalonzo Musyoka now works with youth leaders like Peter Salasia, people like Babu, people like Edwin Sifuna, the turnout for the youth might be affected. And that would be a serious headache. Remember, the youth do not also want to be associated with William Samoei Ruto. So what will happen is that the probability of winning would be slim, unlike when somebody like Matiang'i would have been the candidate. Then there is the watermelon tag, that badge. He has been associated with watermelon. Watermelon has two sides, two colors, that is. Inside it is red, outside is green. So Kalonzo is seen like somebody who is not actually very firm. In fact, I remember the other day he was accused of going to State House during the night. But these were just allegations, by the way. And the allegations, I think, were coming because of that badge or that tag of watermelon. And how is going to shed this tag? I don't know. But it's likely to be a strong headache. Again, when you look at Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, he doesn't look like a revolutionarist. He's conservative. This country needs a revolution. This country needs a revolutionary kind of a moment. And the only person who can carry this is somebody who is new, not somebody who has been in government. The fact that he comes from the old order, the fact that he is conservative can also work against him and the opposition. However, he has some good points, has some strength. Number one, the experience. He comes with the experience. Kalonzo has been the vice president of Mwai Kibaki. Kalonzo was a minister for education. Kalonzo was actually very active in Moi's government. But still, this one can also be a disadvantage because he has been in government for so long. So people would question why they have not seen much. But the experience is actually is something that he should be proud about. The other thing is that when you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, he comes with a huge constituency of about 1.5 to 2 million votes from Wiper Party. This would be actually a big leap to start with. And when it comes to bargaining, you tell them, already I have this number of votes behind me. Then his oratory skill. Kalonzo is a good orator. The fact that he's a lawyer, the fact that he has been speaking in many public forums, has made him to be a very, very good orator. Again, he has diplomatic credentials. Unknown to many, Kalonzo is a diplomat. Kalonzo was actually involved in the peace process of South Sudan, and he did it very, very successfully. And Moi would use him to negotiate and bring the warring factions together. So when I look at the situation, I would advise the opposition to agree to rally behind somebody like Fred or Kengo Matiang'i, because that candidature is likely to win in the morning. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, that is just my opinion. I don't know what you think, but you can let me know what you think in the comment section. Otherwise, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.